Awesome. Yay, yay, yay. Yay, there's Maureen. Awesome, awesome. How are you this morning? This afternoon? Do I know what time it is? Hey, Maureen.
Good morning, Lisa. How are you?
I am fabulous. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I just kind of sort of woke up, so
Oh, oh, that's right. You're what, 3 hour difference?
yeah, it's 10 o'clock here.
Oh, yeah, it's later than that here.
Yeah, yeah. But but since I've been out of work, since my surgery, I've been out of work. I've been trying to catch your lives. I go back and see my surgeon the end of January, and I think that's when I'm going to be going back to work.
Oh, nice. Nice. Are you anxious to get back to work?
I am, but I'm not. I've kind of enjoyed being home. Usually, I didn't think I'd enjoy it this much, but I've actually had a really good time
Nice.
being home for as long as the whole time I've been home.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all dressed up and everything because I was on another Zoom earlier. Yes, indeedy.
I watched
Um,
your last yesterday. I finally got around being able to watch your
oh,
promptings with
oh,
it
the
was
interview?
really the interview. It was
Was
really
it?
good and I shared it on my page, but I
Yes,
have a problem on my Facebook page. I get a lot of ads. Like that's all I get. I don't
right?
see people. No, like I get ads for like news stations in other states.
No, no, me too. We all do.
And I don't see a lot of people, so I don't know if my reach is getting there anymore.
But how
But
many Facebook friends do you have?
I have like 700.
Oh, so a percent of them see it. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So
So
just curious, what are you doing to increase that number?
really I haven't done a lot. 2022 just ended up being a bad year. Everything that I wanted to put in place, I didn't put in place. So I've
Ugh.
already decided that 2023 is going to be the year of me.
Mm, and it rhymes too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Hey, Penny.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi, Marie.
I'm gonna restart everything. But yeah.
I'm trying to figure out which word I want for. I got two choices for words this year. I usually pick a word. Um, one of them was the one I think I'm leaning towards is reposition, which isn't going to make sense to probably anybody but me. And the other
No,
one was
I think I kind of get it because
reposition.
you've gone this way, kind of gone this way with the book and everything, and now you're
I'm
trying to
trying. No,
get
well, no,
back. No?
I'm trying to make sure that I have a brand separate from my
Oh, okay.
identity as a direct sales associate for one company. I want to have a brand that does not require that company to be there.
Gotcha. Okay,
Okay.
that makes sense. Okay, now I
And
understand that.
that's actually been true for a while, but the book did that for me more than anything else I've done so far.
Right,
Because unless you read the back, you can't even tell what company I'm with.
right,
Right, unless you read it.
right.
I do say it in the interviews, of course, but I want to make sure that I have a brand separate from the
Separate.
identity as a representative. That's all. It's
Yes.
not any big, it's just a like backup planning.
Yeah. No, I
So
get that. I
yeah.
get that. And I'm gonna be 55 this year. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be 55. Like literally, I don't know how old I am. I cannot remember. Um, and I sometimes wonder, is it too late for me to try to, because like I've explained, my husband and I've talked many years. I never made goals when I was growing up because I lived with a in a small town with my families whose name was known. So if I wanted anything, all we'd have to do is make a phone call. If I wanted a job, we'd make a phone call and say, "Hey, Maureen's interested in this position. Okay, have her come in for an interview." They don't need to interview me and they give me the job. Like, so I don't know how to interview for jobs. So up until I met my husband, all my life, all I had to do was rely on my last name. And now, and I've been with him for like almost 20 years. So now I'm starting to finally get out of that where I can't rely on my last name anymore. I got to just rely on me. And I think the last couple of years have been tough for me because I'm trying to figure out how to do that.
So what is it too late for you to do what?
Um, try to not set goals, but try to make my goals, like try to become successful in something. And because I don't know how to work, I don't know how to, it's hard for me to explain. I work hard. I'm a hard worker, like in my job, I'm a very hard worker, but
Mhm.
for anything personal for me, I don't work hard because I'm so used to things being given to me. So I'm trying to figure out now in my head how to work hard in the main business to get the success that I want. Like I always say in January, I want to earn this, this, and this, but then I come up with 50,000 things to do, and then I get so overwhelmed and my anxiety starts that I don't do anything. So I need to stop that, and I need to figure out that one thing for me to do to try to get there.
Maybe reposition should be your word, not mine.
Maybe, maybe.
I don't think it's ever going to be too late. If you're breathing and functioning, I don't think it's ever going to be too late. I don't. But then again, I don't ever plan to retire, so
Yeah,
there you go. Right,
yeah.
I'm not sure. My other choice for word, by the way, was audit,
Audit.
which sounds like an odd thing, but
Yeah,
in the context of audit everything in your life to only have the stuff that's important. So like this morning, I finally cleared out one of the bathroom drawers that the kid was using. And I've cleaned some of the stuff out because the kid's on the other side of the house now. I cleaned some of the stuff out and I kept thinking, this has some value. I won't throw it away. And then I realized I was leaving that drawer a mess and not fully just throwing the stuff out and cleaning the drawer, just over like $3 of stuff. So I'm like, well, no.
yeah,
The kid hasn't missed this stuff in almost 2 years. He's not going to miss it now.
right.
So I emptied the drawer, washed the drawer out, and there way we go. I
Yep.
audited the drawer.
I have boxes in my garage from when Sean and I moved here to Nevada from Arizona. We've been here for almost 15 years.
Then why not even don't even look in the box, just load them into the dumpster.
And that's what I think I have to do. I have all my
Yeah.
teaching stuff that since I left teaching 11 years ago that I just need to pack it up and donate it somewhere.
Yeah, because I kind of did that with when I moved from the trailer park, and then we spent, oh my God, 3 years or something in my mother's attic, and then another year in something while he was making the house over there and stuff. So the stuff from the trailer park was in boxes, I don't know, 5 years. By the time I got to that, where I wanted to salvage whatever I could out of that, because we lived just on a mattress on a floor for years in her attic. Um, when I started looking in the boxes, the squirrels had got in it, and there was a whole bunch of squirrel stuff in it. And the first box I opened, I went, would I really use any of that stuff? I don't want that in my house now. I got a brand new house. Do I really want a pan that came from the trailer park and has had squirrels living in it? So I finally just backed the van up to the shed, loaded all the stuff, and I didn't even open the boxes, and away it all went because I thought there's no way that this actual is going to be actually stuff and it's going to take up a bunch of time, and there's no way I'm going to want that stuff. So, but I could have probably donated and gone through all that, but I just thought my time is too valuable to do
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean? Debbie, you
Hi,
got
Lisa.
you got a new do?
Yeah, I went today and got some more chopped off.
Nice.
Thank you.
Nice.
I'm liking it.
Yeah, I just got darker yesterday.
Yeah, it's just not blue yet.
Are you going blue?
Yet?
I don't know. My son always told me I need to go to a different color, but I like lavender myself. So, but I don't
No,
know.
that works too. That works too. That's fun.
Yeah.
This has been an adventure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
and I'm going to keep it too. I'm going to keep going. Yesterday I got there though, the hairdresser, what she usually uses on me when she went to mix it up in the bowl it was green. And we're both like,
Oh,
that's not going to work. So she went and got something different. And this is turquoise. This is different than what I had before. Blue enough for me. See,
it
it
looks
matches
good.
enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
looks good.
Yeah. And now I've got to like do a bunch of timing because I'm going to be hitting the road in January, doing a bunch of stuff. And I want to be blue when I get to these places. Right. I'm going to, the first thing I'm doing is Salt Lake City. For the send out cards, they're having a thing. So I'm going out there for that. And I want to make
Oh,
sure I have blue hair for that.
awesome.
So yeah, Maureen, I don't think it's ever gonna be too late. Ever. You know what? Look up there's a bunch of people that didn't have their success till like 50, 60. I mean, what the woman that came up with the idea for Girl Scouts, wasn't she like 50 before she even thought of the
Um,
idea? Look up some like that, like successful women that started late or something.
okay.
It's a huge number of people that had giant things that they came up with 50 and over. So I
I
wouldn't
will.
let that bother you at all.
Yeah,
Because
who was the old lady that was the artist that she started what in her 70s?
oh yeah, was it yeah,
I'm
grandma
thinking
something.
like Whistler's mother, Grandma Moses, or
Yeah,
somebody.
Grandma Moses, wasn't
Yes,
that
Grandma
it? Yeah,
Moses. Yes.
yeah, yeah. I don't see and not only that, but to me, I want to be doing this year taught me that I think is I actually was thinking for a while last year, not this year, last year I was thinking, well, maybe I had a good run and I did the big thing I was going to do. I thought it was the view from the top set. I did the big thing I'm going to do and well, that's what I'm going to be known for and that's the size of it. I had no idea that this was going to come along. And I even had met Jeff before that and had the whole story going before that. But he wasn't doing the writing before that, and I don't write fiction.
Right.
So I had no idea we were going to actually do this book. And now I know it's early for me to say this, but this is going to be the thing that that's my signature thing from now on, I think. It's not going to be the view from the top anymore because this is just too big
Right.
compared to that. And I didn't see it coming at all. And I'm 60 this year.
Yeah.
So I'm happily, and now I'm willing to say, maybe this is the thing I'm going to be known for a while. Maybe there will be something else bigger than this. How do I know? I've got to keep doing stuff or I'm not going to know for sure. You know what I mean? So
That's true.
you have to be willing to say yes, I guess. You know, everybody was kidding me about I kind of dragged my feet. This is in the Go Giver Success Alliance. When Jeff and I were first talking, I did say yes to him when I talked to him. But prior to that, when we were first thinking about it and all that, I'm thinking to myself, I know if I say yes and get into this is going to be a big time commitment. Um, and he was only thinking that I was hesitating because the time I had to talk to him about what was in the book. But that wasn't even I knew that was going to be what, a few hours on a Zoom, right?
Right.
I knew it was going to be after that because promoting the book is a big giant thing. And this fall it ate up my whole life. I didn't even put my tree up. It just consumed my life and I knew it would. So that's why I think I hesitated before I just dove in because I knew once I got in, I'm all in. So
And just think, it would not have started if you hadn't wanted last year blue hair.
I
Like,
know that was
and
2 years
then
ago
you,
already. Yeah.
yeah, and then you turned it into a fundraiser for
Right.
autism, and then this happened.
Yeah, it was all like a backwards thing. But I think the trick was really is um when something came up, not to let it go by if you could parlay it into something, I guess. Because now the whole blue thing, I said that to Jeff too, is do I want to spend a year of my life my hair blue? He's like, oh, you don't have to do that. He's like, and I'm like, but you don't know me. I will have to do that. To me, it's not going to be optional if I'm doing something like that. I'm going to need to have it blue for a year probably. And he's thinking, oh no, you can just use a picture of yourself with the hair blue. And I'm like, well, that's so I'm giving him a hard time all the time that he didn't.
Yeah, but I think he enjoys some of it too, because watching you guys' show. Do you ladies agree with me watching their show on Thursday nights? He kind of likes the ribbing she gives him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's a good sport about it.
he is.
He's just always wondering if I'm going too far over the edge. Right. Look, what did he say? Oh, when he put me in charge, which was a wrong idea, with that app that did all the artificial intelligence stuff, he let me do his. I'm like, that was not a good idea. So he said, these are the 6 I approve for you to put out there. The rest of them no. And he was really worried that I would use some of the ones he didn't want me to use.
That's funny.
Yeah, so he's probably, yeah, he's always worried I'm going to go over the edge. So anyway, let me, if you don't mind, hi, Donna. I see you there.
Hi. I have
Um,
noise going on in the background, so I'll be muted.
oh, okay. If you don't mind, I do want to talk about a few regular stuff. Just because we're recording. And
If you wouldn't mind showing again how you do the full picture on inside the card.
yes, that's a good idea. The only thing I wanted to show first, if you don't mind,
Okay,
is
I don't
the
mind.
difference in the card choices, because I
Absolutely.
think I haven't shown that probably 4 or 5 shows, and I just want to make sure I go there. So when you're making a card and send out cards using their system, the choices are postcard, and this is a postcard, and this is 4x6, and it's a regular postcard size. I don't use these that often because the postal service machines everything they get in the mail now, and sometimes it leaves machine marks on it. And I tend to send postcards that are a picture of a person, and I don't want it to machine them. So I don't send postcards a lot, but these are a great choice for things like this particular example is I was speaking at in 2017, I was speaking at a women's conference. And what I did was made this little thing that told people I was going to be there speaking. And then I sent it to everybody in my SendOutCards database from that state. So it's an easy way to get a lot of people some information quick. So I did use it for that, but it's a 4x6. The next choice, which I do use a ton, is the flat card. And I use the flat card for the same reason, is because it doesn't machine it. It's a 5x7. Here's one that someone sent me. This is that artificial intelligence one that someone sent me. Yeah, I think I look like a warrior princess in that one.
Yeah, Princess
I
Zena.
added the princess,
Oh.
you know, I like to be royalty, right? But this is the flat card, and it's 5x7, and it goes in an envelope where the postcard gets machined regular. Okay, what were you gonna say, Maureen?
I sent that to you.
Oh, did you? I didn't put it on the back. Thank
I
you.
didn't put my name, but yeah, I sent that to
Oh,
you.
because I saved it because I loved it, of course. Thank you.
Yep, yep. And then
Yeah.
the next day you came out with the other one. You posted the
Oh
other one, and I
yeah,
was
the
like, I should have
blue.
waited. I like that one better.
Oh yeah, I like both of them. I thought they were
Yeah.
awesome. This is a little more like I'm gonna beat your ass, right?
Yeah.
And the other one's more like, you can be in the room with me if you want. Like a queen, right? I like that. But anyway, I thought this was cute. Very nice. Thank you so much. So that's it. So the difference in the size, so you can see it, 4x6, 5x7. Okay. No envelope, envelope. Okay. Now the next one is a 2-panel, which is what a regular card looks like for most people that send a card. Here's an example. So this one is horizontal, horizontal.
Yeah.
This is an example of the anniversary card that I send out. And this one is happens to be for Jackie and Joe that live in my town that were in the play. And Alex made the cover art, and he put this as all included, but he left me space here. Because when you design your own card, you can add a text block, just one text block. And I add people's names here. Okay. So you can do that when you're designing your own card. You can't add a text block for a stock card, just so you know that. Stock card is be the ones that they design, but you can do all kind of stuff in the inside of a stock card. And on the inside, I usually just put a couple pictures I pulled off of Facebook of the person with the anniversary, and then a little note and this is a meme. So, and that's what I do. So that's you can do them this way or you can do them this way, but that's a 2-panel. Okay. Another use for the 2-panel, and I haven't shown this for a while, and I thought I had maybe it's in my purse. I thought I had, in here quick. Yes, I do. I keep these in my purse. I send these to myself. So this is the QR code for, I think this might be for my Avon website. And I sent it to myself, printed on the card on a 2-panel. And then what I do is cut it right here. And then I put a little piece of tape right here, so it makes it a tent sign. And then I leave them places. And you'll notice I didn't put any words or anything because I leave them on like restaurant tables and stuff. That's why there was one in my purse. And believe it or not, because so many restaurants now do menus and stuff this way, people will look to see what this is, thinking it's the menu at first, right? And the bus boys or bus girls, whoever is bussing the tables, are not that likely to throw it away because they're not sure it's not the menu either, even though it's their restaurant. And you could leave it at ATMs and the bathrooms by the mirror. There's lots of places you could leave these, but these weren't good on restaurant tables. And that's what I did is just did it on I didn't need to put it so many times. I was trying to figure out how to do it. You really would only need to do it front and back. And all I did was put it in a regular JPEG and did it and then cut them. You do have to put a little piece of tape on one side though, or it will just be flat open. But the little piece of tape makes it a tent sign. So that's an awesome, cool thing. And of course, you could do a QR code for anything. You could do it for your online store or just about anything else. Now, the other one is a 3-panel. Okay, the 3-panel card is like a trifold. So it's like this. This happens to be my holiday card this year. And this is more artwork by Alex, my son. Okay, and then in the inside, I usually try to fit as many pictures as I can. And then one panel with our holiday letter is what I call it. You know, a lot of people send holiday letters, but I try to do more pictures than writing. And then we have another panel of pictures on the back there. And then, of course, the regular on the back. So just to give you a couple other examples, the other kind of card, so I've done postcard, flat card, 2-panel, 3-panel. There's only one left, and that's the big card. And this is an example of the big card. This is from 2015 when we were doing soccer. There's my little soccer player right there. And what this card was for was the coaches. So I took the picture of them all. This is supposed to be like the straight shot. And then inside we got the funny shot where they were all making funny faces. And then the name of each kid, the roster. And then I left it blank here for the kids to sign it. So then it says, thank you for your greats. Thank you for a great season. These I printed 2 of them, sent them to myself, and had all the kids sign them at one of the game to give to the coaches with a gift card because I was the sponsor of the team. So that would have been in my responsibilities. So I just thought it was a great way. They would have a memento of the year. And the kids thought it was fun to pick. I brought a whole thing of different color markers and they picked what color they wanted and signed it. And they were being silly here. And that's fine too, because the coaches know they're being silly. So, but the coaches like that a lot. But there's lots of uses for that, including like camp, or we've also done them for the play here when we had everybody sign them. So there's lots of different uses for the big card. And not just as an autograph thing, but anytime you want to make an impression on somebody, you send them a big card. That's like big. You get it out of your mailbox and you're like, whoa, what's this? So those are awesome. And these on your subscription, if you're on a subscription, it's only $1.50 extra. This is the only one that's extra. The rest of them are all included. This is $1.50 extra, which yeah, I don't know how you get. Like when I want 8 by 10 pictures, I send myself a big card because you almost even can't print it for $1.50. If you think about it, not easily. You know what I mean? What were you going to say, Debbie?
And so what's the size of that one?
8 by 10.
8 by 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you were wanting to print like an 8 by 10, like school pictures, I don't buy them printed anymore. What I do is I buy the JPEG from the school, the photo company that sells to the school. I just buy the JPEG and they send it to me on a file, and then I print whatever I want.
Okay.
So I can print 8 by 10s and just cut the back of the card off.
So
And
much
or I can
cheaper than
send
school
it.
pictures.
Oh, what'd you say?
I said so much cheaper than school pictures.
Right, because the school pictures they charge you like 20 for at least 20 for an 8 by 10.
Right.
And then the 5 by 7s I just print on a flat card. And this saves me too, because if I'm buying them from the photo place, the school photo place, then I'm getting them and I have to, do a note or something to send them to all the relatives. This way I just slap it on the front of the card, send them the card. So they get an 8 by 10 or they get whatever I decide to send them. And those other ones would be included in my subscription even. And this one's only $1.50. So there isn't a less expensive way to do that, I don't think.
Right.
But I love that. And one other thing I want to show you, they have something in SendOutCards called a campaign. And I don't know if you guys have tried that yet, but
Haven't.
oh, you haven't. What it
Haven't.
allows you to do is send a series of cards by just clicking once. So like I have a welcome series of cards that I send to new team members for my Avon business. So I can send them a card and I have them spaced a week apart. And they have, I call my idea cards. So there's ideas in each card and they're going to get them a week apart. So I put it in there once and say, send this campaign. And I've set up the campaign ahead. So the cards are already made and you can personalize them just like you can anything else. You can put any card you want in the campaign, and then you tell it how much space between each card. So I could do a month apart or a day apart. I could do it however I want it to do it. And then once I send, it takes care of the rest. So why I like that for a new team member for my Avon business is that a new person really isn't going to feel like you welcomed them if all you did was send them an email or all you did was send them a card. It's the combination of stuff, I think. So it's multiple touches, in my opinion. And it helps a lot to have 3 cards, but I don't want to go in there and schedule all 3 of them. So I get to have 3 touches for only 1 schedule. Does that make sense? And you can have as many cards you want. It can be 10 cards. It can be 2 cards. It does it you get to decide how many cards, what the cards look like, and what space they go out. So there's a lot of different uses for that. Most of you know I also do HempWorks. I like their coffee. So I made a campaign to promote the coffee. This was like a year and a half ago. So what I did, I don't remember which one was card number 1. I think it was this one. I pulled out all the tricks that I usually use when I'm promoting something. Yeah, I think it's this one. So this is a campaign of 3 cards. Okay. And I decided it was going to focus on the coffee. So I looked up trivia about coffee. Did you know that coffee is the most popular hot beverage in the world, is what I put on the front. And I just Googled coffee trivia and put it on the front. Then I went to education.com and I made a word search about coffee. And I put it in here, coffee word search. I put words that are associated with the coffee, this coffee, not just any coffee. So it has different words the company uses for the coffee. And I use that, you can make them into a JPEG, and I use that in the card. And then I just wrote, hope you enjoyed your coffee sample, because I sent the sample first and then the card series. Thought you might get a kick out of this word search. And then I took this picture off of their website. So this is the first card, and it's a 2-panel. Then I
Like that.
followed. Isn't that cute? But think you could do that with a face cream or a bubble bath
That's what I was thinking.
or Skin So Soft or whatever. It doesn't, the product doesn't matter. It's the idea behind the thing, I think, that matters. And then the second card I sent was a flat card. And this may have been card 1, actually. I think that was card 2. This one just had my website for them to order the coffee. And it says, thank you for requesting a coffee sample. Hope by the time you receive this card, it has arrived. So this was card 1. This was card 1, and that was card 2. But it was just a flat card. Okay. And I pulled that right off of their site, the picture. And now this was card 3, which was my other 2 things. You'll notice I do this a lot when I'm promoting something. So what I did was, it says creative ways to use CBD, and it's because the coffee can be used in recipes. So I got 2 recipes off of an affiliate site for the company. So I didn't come up with these. I saw these on their affiliate site and took them off, and then made them into JPEGs and put them in a card. So there's 2 recipes. And then I Google searched coffee color page and put that. You've seen me do this with the book launch, right? Hawaii color page, right? And then I did recipes for Hawaiian drinks or something. So whatever you're promoting for a product, you could do lipstick color page, or recipe that includes, well, actually the uses for bubble bath or something like that. You know, you just have to be a little creative, but you want stuff that adds value to the customer. So a word search or a color page or a recipe, or, you know, anything that gets people engaged in the product that you're promoting, I think would be useful. And then the last one just says, thought you might like a couple recipes in mini color page. Enjoy. And that's it. So I don't continue, it's not like a sales thing as much it is giving them value. So I didn't even ask for the sale in here. So, but if you think about it, you could use those for pretty much any product or service would work for that. Okay, so let's do the inside of the card where you spread the
And-
picture out. Yes.
And you know
go ahead.
what, Lisa? In our ladies, the back office that has the the learning pages for the product, you could take
Those
some
are
of that
perfect.
info off those
Yeah.
learning pages. I don't remember what they call them, but those pages, and put that in the card.
Yeah, those are perfect. And if you somehow get something, I take a lot of my stuff off Facebook, but excuse me, if the company is only offering it in, like, say, PDF instead of a JPEG, because you need a JPEG, all you would do is pull it up on your screen, make it so that it fits the screen, and then do a screenshot. Screenshots are JPEGs. So then all you have to do is edit out what you don't want to show, and then you've got the JPEG you need for your card. So that makes it easy.
Yeah.
But that's perfect. Those sheets that tell about the product, that's perfect. That's perfect. So, okay, let's go. I'm glad you said that, Maureen, about the picture, because that gives us a nice thing to put here. We haven't done that for a while either. Yay. Okay, so let's go to send out cards over here. And I say this every time, but if you were having trouble with send out cards, try Chrome, because that seems to work the best for me. Now, what we're going to do, okay, here we go. Let's use one of theirs, because we don't do that enough. How about a thank you one? They have some nice thank you ones. The spreading a picture across 2 panels only works on a 2-panel card, and it does not work on a big card as far as maybe it does. Maybe we should do that and make sure it does, but it only works on a 2-panel. So let's see. How about thank you for your holiday spirit? Customize. Let's see if we can do it on a big card. Okay, so I'm going to choose big card, which is $1.50. And next, current editor. And then what are we going to put for a picture inside? What would you like for a picture inside, Maureen?
Oh, I don't know.
So how this works. So here's the front, right?
Don't surprise
Then
me.
inside, what you do is you go to background, okay? And then add background image right here. And it should let you, let me just see if it does it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So see how that did that? Wouldn't you like a big giant inside picture of me and Cody?
Absolutely. That works.
Okay, I'll make it fit. So if you need something to fit, you can size it right here. So see that, there we go. Oh no, it can be one bigger, it can be an 8. Okay, so now how you make that look right so it doesn't have the white is just add, oh, I don't know if I can do that right. Because I added the image, I don't think I can do a color too. Oh, maybe,
Maybe.
look at that. No,
Nope.
no, you can't do that. Okay, so let's go back to remove color. Okay. Okay, so evidently you can't add a color behind that, but that is how you do an image that goes across the two panels is go to background. And then at the bottom of the screen, it says add image. And I can change the image here to anything that will go across the two panels. I'll put it back to that, but let me show you how to do it. See, like that. Okay, so.
Oh, I wouldn't mind that one either.
Oh, well, I'll leave that one then. That one fills both the pages if I don't shrink it any. You can do that one. I sent that to Mr. West. I usually do. He probably thinks I'm wacky, but whenever I do a show with him or I send him a screenshot of the show and thank him for his time. I realize we're partners, but it's just something I do. So yes, yes, yes. So this is the front. Thank you for your holiday spirit. This is the panels across, and that's as easy it is add it like that. You
Okay.
can add some words. It's a little bit tricky. So what you do is go to a panel. This doesn't print, by the way, that pink thing. And if I went to the panel over here and I chose one that had words at the bottom like this, actually, I think you have to do one that has them way at the bottom like this. Okay, so see, it doesn't interfere with the picture. And then you can add words. I'm going to take them back off, but see, can you see it that it added it? See,
Oh,
I
Yeah.
okay. So you technically can add words to a panel that way. You don't want to pick one that has I'm not going to leave that on there because of course it's not necessary, but you don't want to pick a layout that has a picture because then it'll mess the picture up that you have there. So you want to go down to the ones that are just text like this. And you could add text that way to either panel. Okay. I don't usually do that unless it's something that there's room, a way to read the text. Like this picture wouldn't work well because it's so busy already to add text that you can't see it. So did that help, Maureen?
it did. Thank you.
Oh,
It
good.
really
Okay.
did.
So then this is the back. And you can change this too. I'll put a different back. Layouts are up here on the left. And you can save layouts, create and save your back layouts. So that happens to be, this happens to be my SendOutCards one. I also, if you look here, you can create a layout, choose existing by going here, select existing. And these are ones I've used before. So there's my Avon one. I'll put that one. Oh, you know what I'll send you, Maureen? This. No one's got this. This is something no one else has.
Wow.
Is that all right? That's Alex made me that as a screensaver
I like
for
that. Yeah.
for Mother's Day. So I'll send you that because that's kind of cute. But you can put anything on the back that you want. Usually I have some kind of like an ad on the back. But you can see some of my other choices, like when I had I'm sending a card 5 a day about promoting the book, and I don't have an ad on the back, I have another endorsement. So that's why these endorsements are here, because I'm doing endorsement cards. Sending 5 a day of those cards, I'm up to 371 right at the moment. So that it's so funny because Jeff said we're getting sales organically, like it's happening on its own. And I said, that may be happening to a point, but when you're sending stuff out all the time, like I am, it's nothing organic about that. I'm actually creating these sales for us. So when you send 5 a day, that's what happens is there's sales that happen. So anyway, here we go. Check out. Ooh, what do you want today? What haven't you tried yet, Maureen? This is a
Um,
good one. Let's look what's in the new in the gift shop.
yeah, let's see.
Let's see. Yeah, this is kind of a you're getting a funny card because it's got thank you front and then us in the middle and then yeah, and then an ad
But
on the
that's
back.
okay.
Oh,
That's
not an ad
okay.
on the back, you got artwork on the back.
Got
Yeah.
the artwork.
Okay, let's do add a gift and see what we
A
got in
potpourri card.
the so what's new? New gifts. Ooh, space stations. I haven't seen that
Ooh,
before. That's cute. You're amazing. Oh, that's cute. I
that's
don't
cute.
think I've seen much of these. Let's see if we can look at all of them at once. Oh, I think now the new thing, yeah, is click on it. Okay. This is a magnet.
That's
That's
cute.
a plate. Well, let's see all the choices. Oh, look at the book. That's cute too. This is cute. A money plant. That's plant seeds. That's cute. Wow. Does it grow money?
That's what I
That's
was
what I always
wondering.
wondered. Why they
For
call it
87
that.
cents, I'll buy a couple of them.
Really? Oh, and here's some sale stuff.
You know
Oh,
that
this is look at that.
that cozy camper, I sent that to like 6 different people for Christmas.
Oh, they like it, or you're not sure yet?
I haven't heard yet.
The cocoa set. You want that?
Sure.
I mean, have you tried that?
I
Or you
haven't
know what?
tried it. I like
Oh,
that one
okay.
too, the hot cocoa.
Because the stir cocoa thing, I've sent that to a bunch of people. I thought that was awesome. But they got a lot. Let's see what else they got on sale. Christmas sale. There isn't another picture of there. No, no. The cocoa spoons I thought was brilliant. What is that? 12 cookies of Christmas. This is always good to look to see what they're selling on sale. Nice, nice, nice. What are those? The recipes, making merry. So you want to try this?
You try that or the cocoa dunking spoon, whichever you want.
Well, no, which what you want. What do you want to try?
I'll try the cozy camper,
Oh,
the
good.
hot cocoa.
Because
Yeah.
I don't always send myself one, so I'm always anxious to see when I've sent something out. So that's awesome. Yes, indeed. Yeah, when you get it, take a picture and share it in the group if you don't mind.
I
Because
won't. I
I
will.
don't think
I don't
I've
always
seen
do
it.
that.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in person. Okay. So add recipients. And normally everybody watching, this takes like a minute to do a card, not it's my talking that's made this long. It doesn't take that long to do these. And you can search for someone in all kinds of ways, including just their first name. Watch, I'll be able to find her with just her first name. Let's see how many Maureens I have out of my 10,000 people.
I was gonna
So,
say.
but sometimes I only remember their first name. You know, oh, you're right at the top. I figured you might be because of the D.
Yeah.
But so I have, look at a whole bunch of
Wow, that's
Maureens.
a lot of Maureen's.
Yeah. But see, if I can't remember them, usually I remember at least their first name and where they live. So I could have found you that way. But you can search by parts of their address, Like if you only know their street, you could search by zip code, you can search by last name or first name. If I'm not getting them and I know they're in there, then I'll try to just do their last name or part of their name. You could do that too, because watch, let me do that. I'll just do DEGR. That's it. And see if I don't get you that way. Yep, there you are. Oh, and there's Penny. There you go. So, because I know sometimes I forget how to spell somebody's last name or forget how to spell their first name or whatever it is. So I just wanted to make sure everybody knows that you can search all kinds of ways in this and it'll come up with it. Yay. And you know what, sometimes too, like I'll have somebody in there and I'll have their nickname instead of their long name. So then I need to search by last name because I don't remember how I did their nickname. You know what I mean? So just realize you can search whole different ways to get people. Like Debbie, I might have put Deborah, or I might have put Deb, or I might, you know what I mean? There's just so many ways I could have put it that instead of trying to remember how I've got it, I'll just search a different way. So, and then looks like now you're going to get this because when you spread a picture across the two panels, you end up getting this error message that said blank card panels. You just confirm because they're not actually blank. It just does that because they're pictures in the panels. It's just something to do with the system, but it's not, when you get it, you'll see it's not blank. So the card itself is actually included in my subscription. And then we just paying for the cocoa, which is so cute. And then the $1.50 for the big card upgrade. And that's it, and the shipping. And my shipping was less than most just because if you were to send that, yours probably would have been higher because I get a big discount on the shipping because of my subscription. So the subscriptions not only save you per card and save you money on the system sends, but they also save you on the gifts and the shipping.
Do you know if you can send two gifts and add two gifts to a card?
You cannot right at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that they're still working on that, but they right now what they did was move their headquarters and got new printing presses and stuff. So I don't think that's their big priority at the moment. I think it's making sure that they can because they did manage to make that a pretty smooth transition. They were down for a little while, but it was one day, not a whole day even. They were just had a problem for one day. And as we all know, last December, when our company had a big giant transition, it was a train wreck for months. So it was amazing that they did that. I don't know how they did that. They flipped a switch, or I don't even know because I didn't ask, but they either stopped printing at their old location and just started printing at the new one, or they did a combination of the two where they weaned off of one and started going the other. But whatever they did, they fulfilled all the orders.
If I remember correctly, I think they stopped at the one and started at the new because the very first person's card that got printed at the new one
Oh yeah,
had a gift package. So
yeah.
I think that's what they did.
That is, yeah, you're right. You're right. Now that you say that, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that must have
That was-
taken some,
Yeah.
not only huge planning, but
With
intestinal fortitude.
the amount of cards that they send a day, that
Oh,
must
yeah.
have been.
And this time of year, last time they said something, I haven't heard them say this year, they were on a busy Christmas schedule. They'll do 40,000 cards in a day. And to know that you're changing locations during that. But I'm anxious to see that. That's where I'm going in January is to see the new offices and all that stuff. That ought to be fascinating. I know when I saw them print the cards before, it was mesmerizing. And they used like the little QR, this little bitty QR code is how this card gets in the right envelope and everything. And they have spot checking going on. They got somebody standing there, but to see the cards go by at that clip and get stuffed in the envelope and then sealed and it actually comes out of the machine the way they need to pack it for the postal service to take it, because SendOutCards is the biggest postal service customer in the United States. So they have, I'm sure they make them do all the stuff, but they give them trays and they fill it so that it'll go where it's supposed to go faster. That's how they are able, when we send a card, a system send, where we tell them when we want it to get there. That's how they know, is because the postal service is working with them and they can give them an estimate. It's not guaranteed, but they're right a lot. I mean, they're right a
Yes.
lot of the time. So, but isn't that cool?
Yeah.
So they just sit there and it tells them what to put them in what the tray, and it prints the little thing for the front of the tray and everything. It's just amazing. So I don't know. I heard the story. I've done sent out cards for 14 years. They've been in business for 19, evidently. I didn't know that till recently. So they've been doing it 5 years longer than I've been doing it. And I heard them telling the story, Cody and his wife, they were just printing them. The first beginning, they were just printing them like on a printer. And she would sit there and put them in the envelope and put stamps on it before they had the machine and all that.
Wow.
They had to get somebody to come up with all that machine and all that. And that was only within because by the time I came in 5 years later, they had this whole thing figured out. Can you imagine going from printing it in your printing it in an inkjet printer, whatever they were doing, to having this big of an operation in that
Yeah.
small of a time? That's amazing.
Engineering and technology.
Right.
Yep.
Right. And well, and smart on
Precision.
him to realize it was going to be that big. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. He was fun to talk to, but could you tell I was intimidated, or you couldn't?
I couldn't.
It was fun, but I'm like, oh my God, I'm talking to Cody Maven.
I couldn't.
Oh, good. Yeah. No, I've met him a few times, but never to talk to, other than let's have a picture together.
Yeah. Well, I have a feeling you're going to be well known in the send out card business now.
It's funny. I was going there because, well, I like the company and I love the products and all that, but it's fun to go to a place where no one knows me or cares what I'm doing. So I would go sit in the back and whatever. And now it's not going to be.
No.
But that's all right. That's fun too. That's fun too. So it's just that usually what happened when I go to the Avon one. It's such a different experience than when I go to the SendOutCards one.
Yeah.
So, but that's awesome. Yeah, I wonder how it's going to be in January. It's not like I can hide. Yeah.
Not hardly.
Not
Might as well wear a
hardly.
neon sign.
Right. I didn't think of that at first because I posted, like, when I went to the My Daily Choice convention, I said I would have bracelets with me, and I thought, how is anybody going to find me there, because I'm an unknown person, you know what I mean? And I've got these bracelets to give away. How are they ever going to find me? Right. And sure enough, I don't think I saw somebody else there with blue hair, so it worked out. Mm. But anyway, it's fun to be around all these different people all the time. Even though this isn't my core business, it's something I use all the time with my business. So I love it, and I'm glad to go to his stuff. And what I think is cool about their conventions with SendOutCards, they don't talk about doing cards. They don't show building cards. And none of the conventions I've been to, I think I've been to 6, they did not show building a card once. The only thing they talk about is the stories related to the cards. So he'll tell stories about somebody getting a card and it making a difference for the person. And that's what all the stories are about. So he'll have somebody come up and talk about how a card changed their life. So it's all about the stories about the cards,
Wow.
not about the cards. So you're not talking about making cards. I figured it was going to be about making cards. Not once, not even once.
But that's enough to encourage someone to come in and give it a try, you know.
Right. Well, his whole thing is it's how it makes you feel,
Right.
not just the card, because you could go get a card, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? But it's how the card makes you feel. They actually spend they don't necessarily encourage the level of like I like to create my own cards mostly. I don't use the stock cards, and I go to lengths about doing like the word search and the recipes and all that, or the kids' artwork. I try to make all this unique stuff with the card, and they're more into keeping it simple. So they show more stock cards, and they're saying it's more important to send a card rather than to overthink it and wait to make the card nice. So I probably overcomplicate it for everybody, but that's probably the 14 years did that to me because I like to make them really custom now. But at
Yeah,
the beginning, I would just grab whatever they were had and send in a card. And now I like to make it more that when someone gets the card, it's unique enough that they know it came from me. I guess, is that how you put it? You know what I mean? So anyway, did you have anything you'd like me to show you before we got a couple minutes?
that's the only thing I was wondering about was the background.
Oh, good. And you got that for sure.
I got that. I got my
Okay.
notes.
Good. And by the way, if you're listening to this or any of you guys, if you get stuck in between shows, because I do these on Thursdays, and in January I'm going to have a couple of breaks in service. That's what I call when I have to skip, because I'm traveling a bunch promoting the book here coming up. When you can't do that, if you get stuck somewhere, message me, and as soon as I can, we'll just hop in my Zoom room for a couple minutes. I'll show you what you're stuck on, and that'll be it. I've done that for people, couple 3 minutes. We
You've
got
done it with me.
yeah. So a
Yeah.
couple 3 minutes and we're good. So don't hesitate to contact me because I'm happy to do that rather than be frustrated sitting there wondering how to do something. Okay.
Okay.
All righty.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. Good to see you guys.
Thank you, Lisa.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And we will see you next time.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.